Good morning, afternoon, or evening, as the case may be in your part of the world. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Zen Archer, and I thought I would just make a little quick video before tomorrow to address some things that have come up regarding the Zen Live radio show at stickcam.com/profile/Zen_live, which is where we do the show at 8:30. At any rate, I wanted to clear some things up. First of all, I want to tell you how it came about that we decided to do the show on this topic. I had already decided on doing a topic. We were going to talk about a 14-year-old boy who was in a high-tech school in Cleveland who shot the place up, wounded some teachers and some students, and eventually took his own life. That's what the show was going to be about. And I had done a little research on it. I had talked to a number of people, and that was going to be the show. But I got a phone call while relaxing, watching television, and I got a phone call saying, "Hey, did you see this, and are you aware of it, and the controversy surrounding it, and all of this stuff, and don't you think that there was a bigger issue here than a little dog?" So I got up and I came in to the computer and I looked and I watched videos and I read comments, and I agree. There is a much bigger issue. A much bigger issue than a little dog on video. So I immediately messaged the person back and let them know that I did agree and that we would be doing the show about it. I talked to my co-host Tar916 about it. I also contacted all the parties involved except for one. The two primary parties I called and talked to. The third party is Kevin Noltz, who is kind of, at this point, I believe, an innocent bystander. He is the person who's actually in the video, but he had no creative control over the video being made or posted. So he is a third party to this. At any rate, I contacted the one party, and he was completely forward with me, explained his position, how things happened, when things happened, why it took so long to respond, and so on and so forth. And I appreciated his time, and I could appreciate his position. And it seemed common sense to me, what he had said. I went to the other party, who was, the first party was Smooth Operator, and I went to the second party, who was Solomon, because he was the one who actually had the dog on the leash, and explained to him that we would be doing a show about it and that we would like his input and would like to know from him more about it. And his response to me was to ask me if I was being paid to do the show. It was a non-response. All he was interested in was, am I being paid to do the show? And I explained to him that YouTube does not pay me to do internet radio shows on other sites. And I would think that would be common knowledge, but still I explained to him that no, YouTube's not paying me to do a show on Stickcam. I then went ahead and posted the video, which contains the entire video in question by Smooth Operator. And I did that for two reasons. The first reason was because we can't really discuss what's going on in the video without seeing the video. And I knew that there was at least a small possibility that video would not be available. So I posted that as part of the trailer for the show. I posted it in its entirety so that someone could watch the entire thing and decide for themselves if it was objectionable or not only just because of the beginning intro, but also maybe because of the joke that was involved. So the entire thing was there. That was the reasons that was posted, was to ensure that we would be able to use that video to display exactly what we were talking about. In the process of showing that video and doing the trailer for the show, I named the parties involved: Kevin Noltz, Smooth Operator, John, TJ's mother, Peggy, and I said TJ's father. Now, it was pointed out to me that that's not TJ's father, it's his stepfather, Peggy's husband. To me, that seems like the same thing. If you're married to Peggy and TJ's her son, then you're the father. I know you're not the biological father, but and I don't think that that's disrespectful in any way. They unfortunately didn't agree with that, so they accused me of not having my facts straight, so on and so forth. Secondly, I said that TJ's mom was TJ's mom, and I explained who TJ was and what they've been doing on their channel and going through. Because to not do that would be to take the whole situation out of context. Who are these people that are involved? Peggy's mother pointed out that as the mother of a minor child, that she requested that I remove the video and that I edit out the part where I mentioned TJ and them and that they didn't want any part of it. Again, I couldn't do that simply because to take that off of the video would be to put the whole video out of context. And I think it's important to understand who the parties are that are involved, because if you know the history of those people, all of the people involved, then you will also understand why this is an issue the way that it is. I think it's all relevant. So I said, yeah, I don't think I'll do that. I think I will go ahead and leave it stand as it is. This made them unhappy, and I understand that they're unhappy, and I'm sorry that they're unhappy and that they don't understand my side of this whole situation. The question comes down to, though, what is your legal, ethical, and moral responsibilities? And that's what the show is about. This question has come up a number of times in a number of different ways. Paul Renetto took video of a couple of girls kissing and smooching and hugging in public and did a video saying, hey, I've got this, and I'm not posting it because I talked to somebody else and I don't think I should, but I've got this, and what do you think my responsibilities are? What do you think my moral, ethical, and legal responsibilities are as far as this video goes? So he brought the subject up. He also found a camera that had video on it. He said, should I put the video up, and hopefully the people who own the camera will see the video, and then they'll contact me and I can give them back the camera? So it came up again through Paul Renetto. But in the meantime, there's a lot of mudslinging going on about this video, and there is a matter of, well, you know, what's common courtesy and what's ethical and what's moral, and that's what we're talking about. The Zen Live radio show today, and as well as in the past and in the future, will always try to take a neutral stand on it. Being a community member, I do have an opinion on it, and watching the community and what happens in it, I do have opinions. As a person, I will express those opinions. As someone who is discussing a news story, those opinions may become evident. However, I don't think that that's any different than any news story that you watched, and we are definitely little league when it comes to radio. Although I take it very seriously, we are definitely little league. But if you watch Anderson 360, you will see him giving an opinion on the stories that he is covering. If you watch CNN or ABC or MSNBC, you will hear them giving at least a bit of an opinion about the news story. The news stories are always told with a slant. One of the reasons that I watch AP is I don't get as much of that. But we try to give all aspects of all of the shows that we do on the topic and allow the audience to come up with their own conclusions. We try to turn it around and give as many facets as we can. I ask all parties involved before doing the show for their opinions, for their perspective, and for them to tell us from with their own words what happened. One of those parties was completely forthcoming and did that. The other party declined. So that's going to make the show one-sided. I didn't want the show to be one-sided, and we do have some people who may come in and offer the other side. But the fact of the matter is, I went to the other party and they declined. And that, that offer is still open to Peggy and Solomon. That offer is still open You're welcome to come to the show, participate in the show. If you don't want to go in there, if you're afraid that it's going to be some kind of a circus atmosphere, and some people who we've done shows about before or were involved in shows have worried about that, I'll do a telephone interview with you, and it'll just be me and you guys, and I'll ask you the questions and you can answer the questions. I'm not out here to attack you, and I have no malice against anyone involved in the show. We're just trying to take it and turn it around and take a look at it, and if you decline to give your part, that's your business. Now, I do know that since that time they've put up a very long video in 3 parts. The first 2 parts do bring us some issues that people have messaged me about, and we are not getting into that. We are not going to go there at all because it has nothing to do with our show. The third part of their video that they put up does specifically address the fact that I'm doing a radio show and their dog's video is up and so on and so forth. And so it's possible that in lieu of an explanation from them via video or via telephone interview or at the show itself, it's possible that parts of that video will be played just so that we have it in their own words what they had to say about the issue. We will try to my very best, I will try to make sure that is also in context and not taken out of context, because I think it's important that we get to the truth of the matter. And so it's possible. I don't really know. Many times we do the show kind of by the seat of our pants, and we bring up the stuff that needs to be brought up because of the conversation. So the offer is still there. All you have to do is contact me through Mr. Zen Archer, and we'll set up the telephone interview, or you can come into the show and participate through Skype. However you would like to do it, you're welcome to do that. We will be doing the show tomorrow. The right to post is the topic of the show. Right to post, and what are your moral, ethical, and legal obligations. And that happens at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at stickcam.com/profile/Zen_live. For all of those others who are making videos and the such that have no vested interest in this other than to also ride the drama, make as many videos as you want, say whatever you want. I completely support individual thought. It's just a shame that you haven't talked to me or asked me. If you would talk to me and ask me, I would give you quotable text. Until next time, this is Zen Archer saying, you be well, and I'll see you at the show.